Inspiration. It's hard to come by. Every day I'd wake up, I would need a new reason to get out of bed. Inspiration never came naturally. Recently, I've been struggling, trying to top my previous work as a creator. Despite the blatant mistakes, my videos had peaked. I was incapable of making anything better. I watched a video today, as I usually do. But this one was different. The visuals, the game it showcased, it was unlike anything I had ever seen before. I had to try the game for myself. As soon as I picked up my controller, I felt it. The inspiration, the passion for creation, the neuron activation. It came flooding back. What was the game? I'll show you. And I hope you'll feel the same way that I did. And if not, well, maybe you need your fucking head checked.
Guys, I have a confession to make. I'm American. I live in one of the biggest countries in the world, a country that has been considered a superpower since the Second World War. And how do we stay so big? Our military. I mean, holy shit, the budget just keeps getting bigger. And one of those people getting a fat stimmy check in the mail is the CIA. Ever since I played Black Ops 1 in 2010, a game centered around CIA involvement in foreign affairs, I have been so intrigued about how these guys operate. Of course, I don't know how they operate actually, like on a technical level, because if I did, I would probably be put in a box and sent to the same place they keep the Ark of the Covenant. From what I've learned, the CIA seems to really operate on their own capacity sometimes, and since everything's redacted and clandestine, we don't know half the shit that's going on with them. A government agency funded by a superpower with plausible deniability in everything they do sounds like a fun time to me. And I Am Your Beast is nothing short of a story about a shadowy organization flexing all that unregulated muscle. Welcome to one of the best goddamn boomer shooters you've ever seen.
Shit. Stop hiding, coward.
I originally wanted to record this on PlayStation, but forgot I needed a capture card. So like any good consumer, I bought it twice. My poor wallet. Would you believe that this story only kicks off because of a dead bird? Let me explain. You are Alphonse Harding, a CIA agent, or COI agent. Yeah, so the CIA in this game is called the COI, or Covert Operations Initiative, assuming to avoid a lawsuit or potential brainwashing. Harding has been trying to escape the COI for years, but every time he tries to leave, his higher-ups always tell him the same thing. We need you for one last job.
It's one last job, Harding. One last job, and you're out.
When you begin the first mission, you're going for a run inside a snow-filled forest. Harding's been living out here in the forest, away from society, and effectively defected from the COI. As you run, you're tasked with following a bird, as you parkour through the trees. This section here is a perfect introduction to the game's movement mechanics, and it shows you Harding's love of nature. He's clearly in touch with his surroundings, and he thinks of this place as home.
Dear Diary. Dear Diary. Did I tell you that I saw a bird? It had brown feathers and a red chest that gleamed against the sky. I was sprinting through the forest. I slid through undergrowth like I was a kid again, not thinking about the mess or how I might need to repair my pants later. Leaping across trees. There It reminded me of the best days at the COI. When I felt I did good.
Unfortunately, that serenity does not last too long.
Then I heard the gunshot.
Why'd you do that?
You're the one who bet that I couldn't. You're telling me you got a problem with it now.
I don't care about you shooting a fucking bird. I care about you giving away our position. Need I remind you that we are not supposed to be here?
Ah, come on. Harding barely leaves his nest. Anyway, as long as he doesn't say no to the next mission, we won't have to be here at all.
Your morning jog is rudely interrupted by a small squad of COI agents. They have shot and killed this innocent creature, displaying a blatant disregard for life around them. The dead bird symbolizes the new life that Harding has built for himself out here. The one where he is isolated and free to do what he wants. But more importantly, a life without the COI. They are here once again to ask you for one last job and to take all that serenity away from you. And Harding isn't having any of it.
Hearing them say the quiet parts out loud. Seeing the way they treated this innocent, beautiful thing. I snapped.
From here on out, you're a John Wick mode, a vengeance quest. And the genre of game that I Am Your Beast falls under could not fit this story any better. Yep, it's a boomer shooter. God damn, what a beautiful combination of two words. What is a boomer shooter, you may ask? Well, let me explain. Let's look at the word, or more so, words. Boomer shooter. Now, despite the name, a boomer shooter, it's no game for old men. Boomer shooters are characterized by fast-paced movement, guns, and most importantly, banger soundtracks. They're easily accessible to the average player and serve to be more of a spectacle than anything. Basically a digital form of Adderall. And even if you haven't heard of the term boomer shooter, I can guarantee you know some of the biggest titles in the genre. Quake, Ultra Kill, Doom, Cruelty Squad, just to name a few. And these games, except for Cruelty Squad, all have one thing in common. They are deceptively simple. Just pick up Le Pew Pew and decimate with Le Pew Pew. In addition to decimating the population of a small town each time you play, I Am Your Beast touches on how efficient your decimation is. After every level, you're given a score based on time and kill variety. If you want to score high and get that A or S level, you gotta keep switching up the tactics mid-game. In addition to that, each level has their own special objectives, or as I call them, dogs. Some of those objectives include melee kills only, hipfire kills only, kills with a certain gun, but my least favorite being no kills at all. What the fuck? Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, please. Might be dead off the jump, I'm not gonna lie, unless I can reach a plant. Oh, shit. These objectives are also necessary to progress through the story. If you're breezing through the game, regardless of your level grades, the game halts you at a certain point if you don't have enough dogs. And as much as I don't like a game dictating the way I play it, I Am Your Beast has a very satisfying gameplay loop, so it keeps it fresh and interesting. It also makes it easier because the challenges aren't something insanely difficult, except for the no kills at all. That one can be a bit of a pain on certain levels. My advice is just to complete the dogs as you go. It's fun and they can create some memorable moments. See that sniper? No, you don't. The first level is appropriately titled Walkout. Similar to walkouts in shows like the WWE, this is your chance to show your so-called audience why they should be afraid of you. The first weapon you handle is a tree branch, or as I like to call it, the mercy tree. And despite using it to bash someone over the head, it is by far the easiest you will go on the COI agents, because after this, it's bear traps, buckshot, and beehives. Then, the soundtrack kicks in. Now you're on the clock, and you're overwhelmed as you run and gun your way to the finish, trying to get into the flow of combat and finish with a good time. The flow of combat in this game is very important. Memorizing each movement and command is imperative to having a good score. And when you achieve that perfect time and perfect flow, it's serious. It's better than sex.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong.
Each time you start a level, you'll never have a weapon, or if you do, it has no ammo. Remember, this is a speedrunning shooter, and all of the game's mechanics rely on you being able to switch up weapons on the fly during your fights. Meaning, if you pick up that shotgun at the beginning of the level and can't find ammo for it because you mag dumped a guy 3 seconds ago, well, you gotta rely on your fists, so you gotta watch out for your ammo and everything else. And as I was playing this game, I started to notice a uncanny resemblance to another game that I played a little while ago that follows the same format pretty closely. They're pretty tightly knit together. That title being Neon White. In that game, getting a good time meant swapping weapons in order to get past certain obstacles. Sometimes there were points if you reached a ledge, you would need a certain weapon in order to get to the other side. I'm Your Beast, in my opinion, is much simpler. You possess all the movement techniques needed to maneuver through levels, so the only thing to account for are your weapons. And speaking of weapons, let's talk about some weapons. So we've talked about the Mercy Tree, by far one of my favorite weapons. But now let's talk about the pistol, styled after a Glock 17. Headshots with the pistol come with extreme ease as long as your aim's solid, and the range for a pistol is killer. Now we have the shotgun, the piece de resistance, styled after a Benelli M4. While it lacks in range, as a shotgun should, the power makes up for all of it. It decimates armored and unarmored enemies alike, and with a good spread, it'll take out multiple enemies. No doubt, this thing will get you out of a jam. But you need another ace up your sleeve? Don't worry, I got you. Assault rifle, baby, closely styled after an M4. This model, which I will talk about here, is a bit weird though. You'll notice that the carry handle, which in turn holds the rear sight, is missing. The assault rifle has a front sight and additionally has a second sight on the underside of the barrel. And despite this second sight being on the bottom of the barrel, I mean, it's too small to be a bayonet mount or have any other utility, so I see it as more so of a weird design choice or maybe a nod from the developers saying, don't aim. Like literally, don't aim. Besides that, the assault rifle is one of the most balanced choices for weaponry. It handles nice, fast fire rate, decent damage, everything you need. Sniper rifle. Seemingly a descendant of the Accuracy International Arctic Warfare Rifle. Jesus Christ, that is a mouthful. While it is deadly accurate from any range, the ammo count on it is very low, only holding 3 rounds total. Despite the rifle having a powerful scope, aiming down sights won't put you in the scope. Because one thing I forgot to note, or maybe haven't harped on enough of, is this game is all about hip fire. Because that just means every shot is a no scope. Hit some clips, make a montage, and title it as I am your beast _90284022384 and have the worst camera quality possible. But uh-oh, you're a dumbass, and the sniper rifle doesn't have enough bullets, so now you're out of bullets, and now you're fucked. And there's a looming dumbass running out at you with a knife. So break out all reliable, your arms, or more so your fists. Now, your fists are not powerful, quite the opposite. It usually takes around 3 punches or so to kill an unarmored enemy, and God knows how many punches for an armored enemy. But if you want to get creative, you can use your feet too. Using your feet, you can administer a perfect kung fu kick to knock someone over, providing the perfect opportunity to stomp their head in. Now, you got the knife. The knife kills quickly. 1 hit kill for unarmored enemies, 2 or so hits for armored enemies, and if you can't reach said enemy, chuck the knife at him for a 1-hit kill. Now, we've covered all the guns, but I know you're still asking yourself, these are all good guns, these are all great guns, what else can you offer me? I'm glad you asked. Can I offer you a beehive, a bear trap, or are you into something more conventional, like a rocket launcher? And for all my COD Black Ops stans, can I interest you in a claymore? Because you're a cold-blooded killer, and I don't want anything but the best for you. I Am Your Beast could have stuck with the guns and kept it really dumbed down and simple, but they just had to throw in all this extra shit to keep the sandbox fresh and keep you coming back. They give you a little extra spice for your fillet and really amp up the power fantasy. You get some fun tools to play around with, and the first one, the Hive, is no exception, modeled after a bulb-faced hornet nest. Sadly, you can't carry the Hive, which shouldn't come as a shock. Who in their right mind is carrying around a hive full of killer hornets? But what you can do is find these on different levels, hanging in trees. And most of the time, they're conveniently placed right above a group of enemies. So give those bad boys a little bit of ballistic motivation and they'll clear out a group of enemies with no problem. But I know you want something you can keep in your pockets. And believe me when I say the bear trap is the best option for you. It's a perfect tool for catching your enemies off guard. Just lay that sucker where any poor soul is happening to take a nice little morning jog. Or, fuck it, just chuck it. Claymore. Same thing as the bear trap, except bear traps don't have any C4. Chucking a claymore at somebody though, now that's truly metal. Oh man, so that's just like a grenade at that point. And that's honestly just the monkey brain in me coming out. Man too far to hit with explodey thing. Me throw explodey thing at him. And if you like what you've seen thus far, well, you can subscribe if you want. But this next thing I'm sure you're gonna love, and it will surely fulfill your every need, because that thing, my God, is the RPG. The RPG, styled after an RPG 7, is only seen in the endgame. And they let you go buck wild with it. I mean, you really let loose at the end. And as I said before, I'm an American, and explosions are a goddamn national pastime. So this sits really close to home for me. Rest in peace, Uncle Timmy. Those bottle rockets, man. So the gear we've talked about and the guns we've talked about, they're all great. Everything is performing as is, but here's where I get my first complaint. That complaint being the sound effects. It was something I pretty much immediately noticed. See, I Am Your Beast has great sound design. You have the badass soundtrack, the dialogue fits perfectly, and doesn't take away from the action. But the guns, man, they gotta have more punch. A little more bass, if you ask me. The guns go bang as opposed to going boom. And that is something extremely important in a boomer shooter. Boom. Shoot. Because remember, this is a genre that is built off of spectacle, and this game is set in the real world, or realer world, you know. We aren't fighting our way through hell as a robot that is kept alive through demon blood. We are playing as a Spec Ops soldier fighting against an army. And when the visuals aren't the main focus, despite the game looking fantastic, every game element has to work hard to compensate for it. You want to feel like a badass because, as minute as sound effects may seem to certain people, I am someone who is very passionate about good soundtracks and sound effects in gaming. And to expand further on this point, a lot of games nowadays are losing out on their style points.
You're a dead man unless you do exactly as I say. Tune the radio to... You're going to kill me, see?
Because if every part of a game, including the sound effects, isn't working towards a certain story or telling a certain narrative, that game has now become slop. It's the same reason games like Call of Duty, Concord, and Fortnite, in my mind, are considered slop. Now, some people like eating slop, and that's fine. I admit that despite Fortnite being an intellectual property-fueled cesspool, that the gameplay itself is still enjoyable at times. But when you look at other examples of slop games like Concord and Fortnite, nothing in those games is working together or meshing well. It's the age-old problem of trying to appeal to everybody so it feels like slop. Bringing it back, I Am Your Beast doesn't suffer from this problem. It commits to that John Wick revenge story, and the gameplay fully reflects that of a classic boomer shooter with contemporary elements like speed and timing. But the game lacking those punchy and powerful sound effects that so many other boomer shooters have causes it to lose out on its style points a little bit in my eyes. And that is why, as of late, a lot of people have been turned off of AAA gaming in general, just because No company wants to make something that works together. They just want to make a big pile of slop for everyone to just start consuming and eating. And that, being my only complaint, should show you how good this game really is, but I just might be an audiophile. I don't know. So now that my fucking TED Talk is over, my super nerdy TED Talk, let's go back to the story.
Confirm access. Com codes 8 Hotel Alpha.
I told you, we don't need to use a code.
What do you think you're doing here, son?
I believe I'm making it very unpleasant for a COI agent to exist in the relatively small patch of forest I've made my home. What do you think I'm doing here?
I think you're making a fool of yourself. If you're gonna take that job, you know the difference between right and wrong, and there's work to be done. Let's get this over with.
Please, Birkin, I'm not taking the job.
Damn it, Harding. There are innocent men in that forest that you are cutting down for a foolish tantrum.
You know what's funny? You only bring up innocent men when it sounds like I'm not doing what I'm told. And fly halfway around the world to put a bullet in someone's head so a friend of some senator can make more money next year. I'm not taking the job.
You're setting a dangerous precedent, Harding. There are consequences for your actions.
Oh, I know. Every time I wake up in a cold sweat, remembering some poor kid's face torn in half by a gun you made me fire, I know. Leave me alone, Birkin.
Captain, deploy the demolition squad.
So we've established the bird, Harding's motivation, which is a symbol for his home being invaded, blah, blah, blah. That's where the story began. But what's a good story without a villain? General Charles Birkin. We're introduced to him through these cute little late-night chats that he has with Harding.
Confirm access. Comms code 8 Hotel Alpha Delta Echo Sierra.
I don't need the comms code, General. I know who you are.
That's so. I'd assumed you'd forgotten, based on the dead squad my boys found yesterday.
Each cutscene plays out in the same way. Text and color changes illustrate the character's emotions. The voice acting here is honestly top tier. It's dramatic, yet still keeps that element of believable. And it carries the same tropes we've seen in a lot of movies, like for instance, Die Hard.
How does he know so much about this?
I'm going to commit great crime.
And just like John McClane and Hans Gruber, Birkin and Harding have that same back and forth energy. They both constantly take digs at each other, basically because one thinks he's above the other guy, and the other guy thinks the exact same thing. Aside from the cutscenes, this game also has some grade A dialogue between the NPCs.
Let me know when you need to go to the bathroom. I'll take watch.
I'm fine.
What do you mean you're fine? I haven't seen you piss all day, dude.
The fuck? Do you want to watch me piss?
No, stop deflecting.
All right, look. If I go to the bathroom, he'll get me, okay? And if I just up and shit myself, then Harding will still get me. And my mom will have to go to my funeral and look down at her boy and know that he shit himself right before he died. So yeah, I'm gonna fucking hold it. Are you happy?
You need to piss, Alan.
And for a covert operation that's funded by the US government, these soldiers are extremely incompetent. And as Harding continues his press of revenge, they become even more and more incompetent.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Where are you, Harding? You can't hide forever, you know. The more you hide, the more agents we send. And the more agents we send, well, the forest will feel awfully small. Come on out, you big bitch.
Okay. Wait. No! Be careful what you wish for.
Respectfully, I have to respect their efforts, though. I mean, imagine being stuck in the middle of the woods, forced to be a part of this lackluster operation, and all the intel you hear is, "Hey, we got a one-man army who has already killed 300 soldiers coming to kill you. Shouldn't have come to try and kill me in the forest. Bitch." Continuing on your run of terror, Harding gets a call from someone new.
Hello? Mr. Alphonse Harding?
You're lost, huh? In case you didn't know. Using an old frequency. The rest of the force changed over a couple days ago.
Yeah, I know. I just figured you, might still be monitoring it. Just in case.
You calling for Birkin?
No. I'm actually one of the poor bastards it seems he sent out here to die.
My condolences.
Yeah, thank you. No, the word is you turned down a job. You've had a long line of jobs, but you aren't coming back anymore. You were Cerberus. General Birkin was Hades. That isn't supposed to happen.
You understand the problem. What do you want?
Do you know the story of the Israelites in Jericho?
You can definitely make this story shorter.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Information. I'll tell you what's coming before it hits you, and in return, when you see a COI agent wearing a pink mitten, you let me go. It's my daughter's mitten. She made it for me. Hello? Do we have a deal?
I'm thinking. What's your name, man?
Byron Ford.
Byron Ford. Yeah. If the information's good, we got a deal.
All right, now we got a guy on the inside feeding us some information. And what do you know, we also have some emotional weight. In a game like this, I had no idea that was even possible. Will it come back to bite me in the ass? Stay tuned. When I first got these calls, I thought this pink mitten guy would show up in the next few levels. Despite that, I negligently continued to murder everyone in my path without checking to see if anyone had a pink mitten. As far as I knew, I had missed the guy and or killed him, and I didn't really bother to go back and check. I did not think he would be as pivotal to the plot as he is later on.
He's here! Fuck you, Harding!
Cavalry is the first level that switches up the pace a little bit. Instead of the standard speedrun levels, Cavalry is all about surviving waves of enemies. It might be a nice change of pace for some people, but wave survival levels just aren't really it for me. It's kind of like coming off a really intense Adderall high. And now that I think about it, I've mentioned Adderall twice in this video. For the past few levels, I've been killing enemies, destroying military hardware, and hacking laptops, all to the tune of doing it as fast as possible. So imagine my disdain when the game decides to slow it down. And it's like, okay, I get it. You want to switch it up. That's great. I love what you're doing. It's great when you're ambitious. But what if you didn't switch it up? Because what you were doing before was actually working really well. Because running through those levels at a Sonic the Hedgehog level pace on these linear paths, and then you get hit with this wave survival level, it kind of threw me for a loop when I first played it. And yeah, that's all I have to say about Cavalry. Straight average. And my sentiment towards these levels has never changed. It did not change while I was playing, and even right now, when I went to bed thinking about it last night, they still have not changed at all. Birkin and his agents are starting to get really nervous. Harding has made peace with the fact that he is no longer showing any mercy to these guys, and he has become a full-on kill force, despite him being only one man. And of course, the COI knows it. So in their efforts to stop Harding, they send a chopper after him. The chopper is now a semi-recurring enemy for the rest of the game, and it adds a lot of chaos. Fun chaos, to be fair. Each level has a preferred route that it encourages the player to take, but when that fucking chopper hits your radar, it completely fucks that route and forces you to improvise. Luckily, the chopper strafing runs are well documented, so the game gives you ample time to dodge the runs. Thankfully, this chopper pilot is as bad at his job as everybody else, because there's a good chance that on some of these levels, he might end up racking up a bigger kill count than you. Also, side tangent about the helicopter, I spent a few hours getting all the models and textures from this game because I wanted to display their weapons in all their glory. And as I was retexturing the helicopter and looking for its textures, I found this. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? This was labeled as the placeholder helicopter texture. Placeholder, meaning assuming if something went wrong, this is what would be displayed in the game. What? Listen, nothing can kill Alphonse Harding except for this. This could kill him. This shit would haunt my fucking nightmares. Little do I know, it's actually one of the devs. So to cover my ass, hello, Mr. Developer, how are you? Good to see you, nice to meet you. Listen, you're not an abomination. Your face, it's great, it's perfect. I'll be honest, your face should not be plastered all over an AH-64 Apache attack helicopter. But aside from this, the chopper came as no surprise to Harding, because he's got some intel from a guy on the inside. And who else could it be except Pink Mitten Guy?
The COI is sending in an attack chopper. They want to start doing proactive patrols, run you to ground. The chopper's armed to the teeth and can't be damaged by conventional weaponry. So when you do your next raid, watch out.
I'll make sure to keep my head down. One thing, if the COI is using a chopper, why didn't you tell me about this on your first call?
The COI has a lot of things. I can't be sure what they'll use until it gets deployed.
All right. Thanks again for the heads up.
And I was glad to hear that he was alive and hadn't been laid waste by me in the previous levels, because, again, I was not checking, so good to know he's still kicking. And at this point now, we're pretty far into the narrative, and Birkin doesn't seem to be backing down, Harding doesn't seem to be backing down. As long as he keeps up this pace, Birkin's operation is crippled. Unless Harding can't keep up that pace.
Oh, shit. That's so much blood. That's so much blood.
We have yet to see Harding experience true weakness, and this is the first time the machine that is Alphonse Harding hits the brakes. And ironically, he's injured by the environment he's looking to protect. Birkin told him, man, he can't run forever, but that isn't gonna stop him. During the next few levels, you continue to decimate the COI's workforce with an open wound. While you're bleeding, your health bar will consistently get lower, so to combat your blood loss, these levels contain items like health packs and plants which heal you. Health packs and plants are pretty much seen on every single level up until this point, throughout the entire game, but I bring them up now because they are extremely vital in this situation. When the bullets start flying and you're already bleeding, your health will drain a lot quicker. Using these healing items along with armor is the best way to ensure your survival. Eventually your wounds will heal and you'll be back to your old fighting self. But wait, we're getting more intel. Talk soon. Man, I've really gotta respect this Pink Mitten guy. He's willing to betray his fellow soldiers and country just to help a guy like me out. And of course, for the sake of me not killing him as well. And look, you guys aren't dumb. You know exactly where this story's headed. All this buildup, the Pink Mitten guy, sharing intel. Why is he so casual about it? Why is he so willing to give up his vital information? Makes you wonder. And now we get our big reveal.
Alphonse, guess what? We're gonna meet soon.
Is that so?
Yeah, Birkin's putting everything he's got into the chopper, loading up every hard point that it has.
What does that have to do with us meeting?
Because there's no way you're getting out of this without facing down that chopper.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you've been flying this entire time?
Guilty. I can't afford not to. With the COI knowing where my wife and daughter live, having a copy of the keys. Speaking of which, I hear they store those keys at a Sector 92 Delta, along with a lot of artillery. If you want to do me a favor and want a fighting chance, I'd go there. And I'll stall as long as I can.
May the best man win, Byron.
Yeah, I think you will, babe. I'll see you around.
See you around.
Fucking pink mitten guy. He was on my side, willing to feed me intel, and now he thinks he can kill God. I don't think so, bitch. Because God, aka me, knows how to accurately fire an RPG-7 at an attack helicopter. So with that being said, we get our first real boss fight against the attack chopper. You're given an RPG, or multiple RPGs, to shoot down the chopper and shoot everything else. The chopper is up in flames, and so is half the forest. Harding takes a short break to wander the forest looking for survivors of the crash. You come up on a clearing and find the wreckage along with the pilot.
Alphonse. Oh, okay. Listen, you gotta know my daughter's name. You gotta tell her I love her.
Don't tell me anything.
Shit, please. Why would you do this for me?
Because you're my friend, babe. Take my hand.
Okay.
Got a long walk ahead of us.
Ow. Hey, Alphonse. Thanks.
Thank you, Byron.
How's my flying back there?
Yeah, it was good.
It's good?
Yeah. Nearly killed me. So, that's something.
I'll get you next time.
Don't say that. God, I hate Birkin.
Fuck. Me too.
Despite Harding's revenge quest, he still has the capacity to show mercy. His story is left open-ended because we don't know what happens after he leaves the forest. Does Birkin send a force after him, or does he get away clean? Who's to say? Probably just a good setup for a sequel.
Motherfuckers wanna make a statement. Cigarette on forehead, face on pavement. Got a cell block in my basement. Exercising tyrants with the dawn that's breaking. Turn on lights cause the stage is set. Blood is warm and my face is wet. Hands are full with the lives I've wrecked. Painted with the slaughter that they won't forget, huh? There's a beast inside of me. Fuck, I let it out away. There's a beast inside of me. The beast inside of me. There's a beast inside of me. Fuck, I let it out away. There's a beast inside of me. What you doing with that beast inside?
We have now arrived at the final level. The level, appropriately titled I Am Your Beast, is my least favorite type of level. It's another wave survival level, but it is the last level, so I'll give it a pass. And the soundtrack for this one is a straight banger. You feel even more like a badass because you know that this is General Birkin's last stand, and you're the one who effectively crippled his operation. I'd say crippled. You decimated it. You cleaned it out. Cleaned house, forest, bing, bang, boom. You blew up the whole thing. In dynamite fashion, mind you. And well, boys, it's been a pleasure. It's time for one last walkout.
There's a beast inside of me. There's a beast inside of me. The beast inside of me.
General Birkin being a coward, he never enters the battlefield. So we get this cutscene and dialogue between him and Harding.
Alphonse, are you there?
General?
I'm not your general. I'm pulling back what little forces I have left. You win.
Was all of this worth it?
Fuck no.
Sorry.
No, I see the humor in it.
You know.
I just hope you understand that it's out of my hands now. Others will come to your forest. They'll want to challenge you themselves. Get revenge. I can't protect you.
Your job never was to protect me, Birkin.
I suppose that's true. Goodbye, Alphonse.
Goodbye, General.
You can call me Charles.
I'm not going to be calling you at all.
Fucking amen to that.
It also makes sense that we don't kill Birkin, because that was never Harding's goal. He just wanted the COI to leave him alone. And that meant fighting back against Birkin's forces, but not actually Birkin. Plus, logically, if he killed a major general of the COI and the US government, there would no doubt be a full-scale assault launched against Birkin, and even with his skill set, he wouldn't be able to take on what an army has. Is this narrative about a bloodthirsty, vengeful Special Forces soldier a narrative that provokes thought? No. You try and dig into this story as much as you can, but you pretty much just hit bedrock immediately. Why? Check I Am Your Beast's Steam page. What does it say right there? Boomer shooter. Right. It all makes sense now. This game is all about spectacle, and it's a fucking spectacle. That's all it needs. A game can just be fun without getting wrapped up in its story. And not gonna lie, I mean, some of the reason that I started making videos like this was to help legitimize video games as a vehicle for telling great stories and having good writing, you know? It's not just all about the boom boom, it's also the boom boom that happens up in here, in your brain. Now that's something to think about. But as you can see, so far by this upload and the previous one, it's turned into something different. And point being, I Am Your Beast is a great game because it's just fun. The gameplay loop is extremely satisfying, and due to the game only being maybe a total of 4 to 5 hours of playtime, the speed-running shooter loop doesn't get old. The voice acting has a lot of charm and grit. Birkin and Harding's exchanges are always so convincing. Even the COI agent's dialogue is comically convincing. A fantastic game from top to bottom, and available at a fraction of the cost of any AAA title. Of course, it doesn't have a, microtransactions, battle pass, so you'll have to get over that. But if you completed the main game and wanted more, well, I Am Your Beast has got you, with challenge mode, support group, and cold sweat. And because I am a good game reviewer, I only played support group, and I didn't even finish it. So, hopefully you're interested in picking up I Am Your Beast and won't have the challenge mode and one of the other stories spoiled for you. I will spoil a bit of support group. Basically, it's you playing through missions as Harding, but the missions are being replayed through the minds of COI agents that are currently within a therapy session, all talking together and getting through their trauma that you, the player, put them through. Damn, I really like the reason these guys went to therapy and like a group, and like a support group session or whatever. I mean, after I clip so many of them, it kind of makes sense. Dog, you get sauced on like this, there's no coming back. I Am Your Beast gives you your dollar's worth. They give you a full story and extra content on the side if you really enjoyed it. And that's coming from a person that hasn't played a lot of boomer shooters. I mean, the only ones I can really think of that stand out are Doom and Ultra Kill. I didn't even finish Ultra Kill. So, all in all, I'm not really super into the boomer shooter genre. But what can I say? I am now. And so the last thing I did do for this video was I actually Googled it and saw if there were any cases of CIA defectors in real life doing something like this. Surprisingly, there weren't. There were instances of people defecting, giving American intel to the Soviets during the Cold War, which ended up in a lot of people's positions and personal identities, operations, everything being compromised. Nothing to this scale, though. No one's gone Alphonse Harding yet, and hopefully for the stability of the world's sake, there never will be. So that's pretty much it from me. What else can I say about Beast I Am Your? Well, I can say one thing. There's a beast in all of us. Let it out.